Good morning guys, this is the video for today's setups. We're using the bubbles. I'm also using AutoChartist as well from IC Market. So if you create an account here, there's the link that you can use. It's an affiliate link. So if you fund it, you'll get access to everything that we provide, Discord, robots, spreadsheet as well, which is pretty awesome. And so let's look at the spreadsheet. So let's come to the QDB main sheet. So we're in a state of fear today because the fact that the crowd have actually tried to buy the dip. So that's a little bit ominous. The VIX is pumping as well. Okay, so let's look at the bubbles. There we go. Strong dollar, weak pound, weak Aussie, weak euro. Okay, so that's actually quite useful to know. So whether or not we're going to get any dollar trades on AutoChartist, let's see. But before we look at any dollar or pound, Aussie, euro trades, let's look at yesterday's setup. So we had GN. It did fall. It fell quite heavily. It was 0.7%. So it nearly fell 1%. And this was a high conviction trade to sell. AutoChartist was saying, to sell higher up. So what we'll do, delete that. But it was good because this was a high conviction trade because it agreed with the bubbles. It agreed with the fundamentals because we did go risk on yesterday, and also agreed with the technicals. So that's fine. It would have worked out if we opened up market. Now let's look at AUDUSD, and we hit the take profit. So we had a 1.81R, which is good. Okay, so that's really cool. Let's look at Aussie yen, and that's probably going to be SL. Oh no, we didn't quite TP. Oh. Basically, we're back to where we were. So where was the, okay, we could have got a 2R out of that. We could have got a 2R. So it's going to be there. The trade's still going to be at that place with that stop loss. But in hindsight, we could have got a 2R out of it. And that would have been quite nice, to be honest. And looks like we may come to the stop loss. We did have some news from Japan, and they said that the hike is likely, so that's pumping the yen. Right, so we're sort of we're quite what's the word? We're quite subject to these news flows because they will change the currency pair. People say that news doesn't matter, but it does. If a central bank are going to hike, like suddenly, it's going to impact the currency. So there's a lot of speculation whether or not they would or not. If they do, then things like this, they're going to go into like a little bit of a free fall mode because the yen's going to strengthen. Okay, so it's likely SL. So we know that the dollar, pound, and Aussie, they're going to be a good combo. So if we can get a GU or an AU, that could be good. However, we have to remember the fundamentals. So we have to come to Discord or look at the FX in train station. And so what's happening with risk is that they're going to try and sell. So we should be pumping higher on DAX. So they've gone long Dow, right? So therefore we should be falling. This candle is legit. So we could be risk off on this index. So that one's potentially going to go higher, but they need to sell it. They're going long, so we should be falling. So this is okay. S&P, they're shorted it, so we should be going up. So we're very mixed when it comes to the fundamentals. If we look at those three indices, okay, they're shorted. So this would be not legit. This would be fake, okay. So from a fundamental view, we're a little bit mixed. So we could potentially go for AU, GU sells, okay, but it's a little bit risky. So come here, we come to AutoChartist, in fact. Where are we? Yeah, God. AutoChartist, web app. Now let's have a look. We'll bring that to the side. Okay. So we could have a look at so what's that? I saw Aussie CAD for a sell. So that's quite bearish. Yeah, that's a good one because they've gone long Aussie, they're shorted CAD. So that could be a good one. So we can draw this up, Aussie CAD. Okay, so we've already fallen quite a bit already. We've actually fallen quite a lot. 96.11. Yeah, we've already moved quite a bit. 96.11 was their entry. It's going to be a bit late, I think. We could certainly look at it, just to see how it went. It's going to target 957 down here. So we're a bit late on this one, but that's okay. 9575. Yeah, it's right at the bottom there. So could enter now. Stop loss would be at the super trend. So how's that? And it's not a very good trade. Yeah, we're too late on that one, but that's okay. So that's not like it's not very applicable. Dollar Swiss to say down, but we don't want to do that because the bubble is indicating buy. So that's a no-no. That's saying up, which is a no-no because we've got a weak pound and a strong dollar. Okay, so we could have a look at it, but this would be a trade I wouldn't take. Okay, GU. Don't forget the fundamentals are quite mixed as well. So it's saying, yeah, what's that? 1-3. Oh, it's saying approaching resistance. Okay, long. So this wouldn't be. This is not a trade, by the way. This is just a just to see how it went. We can come back to it tomorrow. About there, 85. Okay, and the stop loss is going to be here, the super trend. Okay, for 1.69. But I personally wouldn't take this, but it might be okay. It might be all right. We could do this sort of thing, couldn't we? However, we know that the pound's a sell and the dollar's a buy. One thing about the bubbles is that they're not static. They can move. If the pound comes across this way, it's going to make it a buy. If the dollar comes this way, it's going to make it a sell. Okay, but if it goes this way, it's stronger. That way, it's stronger. So we could see like a reversion back to its middle line. If so, then this could be a good trade. So I won't personally take this, but we can look at it tomorrow. Okay, so it looks like there might be a bit of a nothing burger today. Likewise, we know that shouldn't be the case because we should have a strong USD. And it might just be a case of just waiting, sitting on your hands. Pound yen, likewise, that should be falling. Come back here. Yen is stronger than the pound, okay? Because they've gone long the pound, so it should weaken. So it looks like no signals. Again, yeah. CAD yen, potentially. We could theoretically look at that. It's slightly more bullish than the yen. So we can have a look at CAD yen and then we'll just close up. That's for a long. So this is agreeing with the bubbles, just, okay. A bit of a pump. Let's just enter at this support and then we're going to target 115.32. Oh, 115.32, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. So it's basically a nothing burger. 32. Yeah. I mean, you could get a 1R on it if you're into that market. I mean, really, we should have a stop loss at the super trend, but we could have it there at the support for 1.3 trade. So really, I mean, you could do that, but it's the risk reward's quite poor. Have at least a 2R on it. But it's saying to target 115.32. So we'll just have to come back to it tomorrow. And the fact that if we come back to the, we know that we're mixed on here. So it doesn't help at all for our trade direction because FX relies heavily on risk appetite. So we should be going up higher on the S&P. They now decided to go sideways, which doesn't help. And they've gone a little bit sideways in DAX as well. So from a fundamental view, it's going to be a mixed picture. And because of that, we've got a little bit of a mismatch with the bubbles as well. So NJ maybe. How does NJ look? Yeah, that's okay as well because the yen is weaker than the New Zealand dollar. NJ. See if we can get a better risk to reward because that CAD yen was pretty rubbish. Yeah. Okay. That's targeting 93.64. Okay, long 93.64. Oh, okay, so that's better. That's much better. Wow. Oh, actually, yeah, 93.50. Yeah, that's fine. That's what it's saying, is it? 93.50 there. And the stop loss, I'm not sure where the stop loss would be. Probably there for a 2.55. So I've got a feeling that this is going to go to the stop loss, to be honest, because we're quite mixed on the fundamentals. We'll just have to see how we go. And don't forget, we've got NFP as well, and whether or not we're going to do a video for setups tomorrow, but we can certainly look at these ones tomorrow. Whether or not we have any for Friday going into the weekend, probably not, because of NFP. So don't take this. I think you might want to do something like this, where you're going to get long above the super trend, because we're actually looking quite heavy because of that macro from Japan. Remember that? And they're looking to hike, and that news came out. So because of that, it's pushing the yen. It's strengthening the yen. So here, look for potentially a break of the super trend for a 1.67 there, and we may want to flush these lows out potentially as well. So trade safely.